Good morning, student. And now, today we will start the new chapter of class 10 mathematics, and the chapter 1, which is real number, and part 1. And student, please listen carefully. After completing this chapter, there will be a revision class of science as well as maths that will discuss the all topic related from the given chapter. So please be concentrate, and some question will given to you, and that you have to solve. If you will face any problem to solve those type of question, then you can ask in your doubt class, and the question which I will ask from you, that will be simply hint given to you, and you have to try yourself. Practice as much as you can, which is better for you, for better result. And the question which I am explaining you, please be careful to get good marks, and practice much more. And the topic you have to cover, which is explaining in the class. And now here is a real number. Before starting the topic which is in 10th class, we have to go some topic from previous class in 9th, and we know real number, where the real number is come from, and this is real number. And we know very well the real number contain two main part. What is rational number, another is irrational number. But this rational number, irrational number, what are these number? So that means we have to go back in the 9th class for a short while. First of all, we know when we entered the class, I ask any student, count the number of students. The student will ask or will start from number 1, means he will start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, not from 0, not from minus. So he count from 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, dash to dash, the number of students present in the class. Naturally, need not to say, it is natural thing. The counting will start from 1. That means when the number start from 1, and those number are counting number, and this counting number is known as natural number. These are the natural number. It is natural number, and it means this is up to not defined. Count less, and toward the left, right we can't produce because it is going on infinity. And on the left side, if I said that there is additional number is also included, when I ask 2-digit number, then we start from 1 and 0, and this is 11, this is 12, 9. After 9 we will never write 11, we write 10. So it means there is another number is include in the natural number, that number is 0. It means when 0 is included to the natural number, that will make the whole number. It means 0, it will make the whole number. This including 0 is whole number. This number are complete, these number are complete, whole number. It is natural number, it is whole number. I am not writing complete because you have done in 9th class. Simply I am discussing. And now, sometimes we said that we have to number. If I said that take 2, I have 2 rupees, and 1 rupees is taken from, then we have to write -1. This 1 is taken, which show the sign negative. It means some is negative number, and that number we can't place on right hand side. That means we have to place on left side. And left hand side, where we have to start from left of the 1, 0, -1, minus 2, minus 3. It means all number are natural number, but here we have to put sign minus. It means this will make the this number up to infinity, minus infinity. Here is infinity. This will make the complete integers. It will make the integers. Here you have done three type of number. First is natural number, second is whole number, third is integers. Natural number, counting number are called natural number. Whole number, in natural number including 0 is known as whole number, and integers negative and positive natural number including 0 is known as integers. And now between 1 and 2 there are so many numbers, and which can be expressed in what form? 1 by 2, 2 by 3, 3 by 4, minus 1 by 2. It means the number which can express in between these two, mean from 1 to 3, here is 0. We can express 1 by 4, 1 by 8, 1 by 9. It means number can express in what form? P by Q form. If the number can be expressed in P by Q form, where P and Q both should be integers and Q not equal to 0, these number will be rational number. It is rational number. It means smallest series of number is natural, and the larger than natural number series will be whole number, and the integers will cover the whole number, and rational number cover integers. Natural number, it means all natural number, whole number, integers are this one rational number. So what is rational number? The number which can express in P by Q form. P and Q both are integers, but Q not equal to 0. P by Q form, P and Q both are integers, but Q not equal to 0. If Q will be 0, then it is not defined. It means we have no exact number. And then some number, and these rational number, and these rational number are in P by Q form, and this is P by Q form, and this decimal expansion, here is the decimal expansion, decimal expansion, decimal expansion, terminating, maybe terminating or non-terminating, decimal non-terminating, non-terminating, repeating. It means rational number which can be expressed P by Q form. P and Q both are integers. Q not equal to 0. It means rational number when we express in decimal form, they are two types. First is terminating decimal expansion, non-terminating repeating decimal expansion. If they are the terminating decimal expansion, then Q, factor of Q, factors of Q in form of 2 ki power m and 5 ki power n, means factor of Q only in form of 2 and 5. If the factor of Q will be in form of 2 ki power m, 5 ki power n, m or n may be any number. Any number means any whole number, not integer, negative number. And other than 2 and 5, they are not terminating. Only in form of, only Q will be only in form of 2 ki power n and 5 ki power n. And here non-terminating decimal, non-terminating repeating decimal. If the factors of Q will be other than 2 ki power m, 5 ki power n, it means it may be 3, 4, 5. It may be other than 2 and 5. Like 2 ki power n, 5 ki power n, 3 ki power 2, n, p. It means they are non-terminating repeating decimal. For example, 0.12, 0.42, 0.31, these are terminating. This is 0.12 bar, 0.23, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. This is non-terminating repeating. Why we are saying repeating? Because here is 1, 2 is repeating again and again, and here is 2, 3, 4 is repeating again and again. And irrational number, the number which cannot be expressed in P by Q form. The number which cannot express in p by q form. It means root irrational number are in decimal expansion, but in form write root 3 and 0.121222. It means this number we will think that it is repeating, but it is not repeating after a regular interval. So it means irrational number are those number which cannot express in p by q form, and the decimal expansion of irrational number is non-terminating, non-repeating. Non-repeating. These are non-terminating. These numbers are non-terminating and non-repeating. Non-repeating. These are the irrational numbers are non-terminating and non-repeating decimal. And combination of rational and irrational, it form a real number. It means real number is the larger number, and other two number which is not in your syllabus. In your syllabus, real number is the largest number. Means real number cover all the number which contain rational, irrational, which contain integers, which contain individual number, which contain whole number. And this real number, the symbol is represented by capital R. Here is the real number which you have done in 9th class. And now we are going to move slightly toward the topic related to 10th class. And then what we do? If I take any two number, here is 8, here is 4, and this is 15, 13. I am taking 4 and 13. If 13 is divided by 4, 13 is larger and 4 is less. 13 is greater than 4, and if we divide 13 divided by 4, then what is the remainder? 4 3s are 12. Here is remainder 1. If I take 14 and 4, 14 and 4, 14 and 4, we divided 14 divided by 4, 4 3s are 12. Remainder is 2. If I take 15 and 4, if we divided 15 by 4, 15 by 4, then 4 3s are 12. Remainder is 3. And I take 16 divided by 16 and 4, 16 divided by 4, 4 4s are 16. Remainder is 0. And I take again 17 and 4. 17 divided by 4. The answer is 4 4s are 16. Remainder is again 1. It means it is again 1 remainder. I take 4 example. First is 13 comma 4. Second is 14 comma 4. Next is 15 comma 4. 16 comma 4. And next is 17 comma 4. These 4 example I have taken. Here is, now listen carefully. It means if 13 is divided by 4, the remainder is 1. If 14 divided by 4, remainder is 2. If 15 divided by 4, remainder is 3. If 16 by 4, remainder is 0. If 17 divided by 4, remainder is 1. It means if the divisor is 4, then the possibilities of remainder, if we take any number, if we divide any given number by 4, if the divisor is 4 and dividend be any number, if divisor is 4 and dividend be any number, then the remainder may be 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, and maybe 0. Then the possibilities values of remainder is 1, 2, 3, but not 4. Not 4. If I want to ask from you, if these have to divided by, if any number like, now here you have seen, if any number is divided by 4, then the possible remainder is 0, 1, 2, 3, not 4. It means all the number which are remainder less than 4. It means if we divide any number by 4, then remainder is 0, 1, 2, 3. And if we divided any number divided by 5, If any number divided by 5, 16, 5 and 17, 5, if we divided by 5, if the divisor is 5, if any number divided by 5, or we can say divisor is 5, then the remainder may be, what will be the possible values of remainder? If any number divided by 5, then what is the possible number in remainder? What is the possible values of remainder? It may be 0, it may be 1, it may be 2, it may be 3, it may be 4, it may be 5. No. If we divided by 3 values, 3, then the possible remainder, it will be 0, it will be 1, it will be 2, 3, not. Then we can say if divisor, that means remainder is always less than, what is less than? This is, what is this? This is divisor. That means remainder is always less than divisor. Which is divisor? It is always less than divisor. And never equal to divisor and never greater than divisor. If I want to ask if any number I have to divide it by 8, then the remainder will be, remainder is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. It means these are the possible values of the remainder. It means here, it means I can write R if the remainder, then the value of remainder is greater or equal to 0. Remainder is greater or equal to 0. Mean equal to 0 and greater than 0. But less than, what is less than? Divisor. What is divisor? 8. The possible remainder value will be 0 to less than 8. 0 is include. If I divide any number by 13, then the remainder will be, remainder is greater or equal to 0 but less than 13. This is the remainder. If I divided by 35, then the remainder 0 or 35 less than 35. If I divided by which one? B. And then the remainder, can you tell me what is the possible remainder? What is the possible remainder? R is the remainder. Here is greater or equal to 0. It will be same. And divisor is B. So that means less than divisor. And now the topic is, if I take two numbers 14 and 4, whereas 14 is greater than 4. If we divide 14, listen carefully, 14 divided by 4, 4 3 12, here is 2. It means 14 is equal to, I divide 14 by 4, then we get another two values. Another two values, which one? 3 and 2. If we take two number 14 and 4, then there automatically two number exist themselves. Which two number? 3 and 2, and these 3 will be quotient and 2 will be remainder. If we take two number in which one number is larger than other, then the two values, it automatically exist which satisfy. And now you know the division, verification of division, which satisfy the condition, means here is dividend, it is dividend, you know it very well, it is dividend, and it is divisor, here is remainder, here is quotient, here is dividend, and then this satisfy the condition. Can we write in this form? It means 14 is equal to 4. This 14 and 4 we have given, but we got other two number which are 3 and 2, and which satisfy, what I am saying, which satisfy the condition 14 is equal to 4 multiply the number which we obtained 3 quotient plus में remainder is 2. It means which satisfy the condition, this dividend is equal to divisor multiply quotient plus remainder. That means if we take any number, let the number a and b, we take any two number a and b. If a is greater than b and other two numbers are q and r, this q is quotient, r is remainder. We take two number like 14 and 4. We take two number 14 and 4. It means 14 is greater than 4. We obtain which one? Two other number 3 and 2. Which satisfy the condition. Which one? Now tell me what is 14 is equal to 4 into 3 plus 2. And here is r remainder is greater or equal to 0 but less than is divisor. What is divisor? Is 4. And if I take in place of 14 and 4, I take a and b and other two number which we obtain q and r, then what is the condition is applied? What is 14? Is a which is greater than b is equal to divisor is b. It means the first two number which we will take, then one is greater and then other. The greater will be dividend and smaller will be dividend, and other two will be one quotient and another is remainder. B, the number which will multiply to b will be quotient and remainder will be the separate term r. That means r is greater or equal to 0 but less than, what is this? Less than a, less than b, less than q, less than b. Why? B is the divisor, 4 is the divisor, less than b. If I will write any number 3m plus 2, then what is the possible values of r? Here is b, here is b, b is 3. So that means possible values of r is greater or equal to 0 but less than 3. And this is known as Euclid division lemma, this statement. And this statement is saying that given two positive integers, here we have to take two number positive integers. One is a, other is b. A is greater than b. A is greater than b. Then a and b, there exists a unique. Here we have to write a is greater than b. That unique integers, it means these will be unique, which satisfy only this condition and does not satisfy the other condition. Unique integers which are 3 and 2. Here is q and r, which satisfy which one? A is equal to bq plus r. A is equal to bq plus r, where r is greater than 0 or equal to 0 but less than b. R is always greater or equal to 0 but less than divisor. And now here we have to point algorithm. Algorithm is the series of well-defined steps. Means we have to, when we solve the question step by step, then algorithm is the series of well-defined steps. Means we have to write step to solve the question, and each step gives the predecessor solving a type of problem. It means which help to give the type of problem. Here is the spelling was wrong, please correct it. Procedure. This is the procedure, means which give this correct this spelling. Is the series of well-defined step, means this is the step which help to find out the question, help to find out the solution, gives the procedure for solving a type of problem. Means step-wise when we solve the question, and the next step it automatically give, that is the algorithm. Means when we solve the question according to step wise, this is the algorithm. A lemma is a proven statement used for proving the another statement. Means one statement is proved, and then we have to, with the help of that statement, we have to prove the other statement. Lemma in which one statement is already proved and we have to prove another statement is known as lemma. And And now move to question number first exercise. Exercise 1.1 question number. And this Euclid division lemma is also used to find out the SCF of two number. SCF of two number. And how we can find out? First, before solving, here is find the SCF of first part 135 and 225. We have to find out. Use Euclid division algorithm to find the SCF. Algorithm means we have to use step. And now 135. Here is 135 is less than 225. Then we have to let what is A? A is equal to 225 and B is equal to 135. That means A is greater than B. And in what form we have to write? We have to write in what form? Then A is equal to B Q plus R. And what is the possible values of R? R is always greater or equal to 0 but less than B. This is the condition we will apply for this question. A is equal to BQ plus R, and this the value of B. The value of B will be HCF when remainder will 0. If R equal to 0, then B is HCF. It means we have to solve this question step by step. We have to apply the algorithm until the remainder will 0. And now, if you can direct by dividing, it's okay. If you can't do, then what we do? First, this is dividend, and this is divisor. Means 2 to 5, we have to divide 135, and we have to divide it. Now tell me 1, and this will be 135, and subtract 0. Here is 9. It means this is A, this is, what is this? B, and this is Q, and this is R. And now this R is less than 135. So what is A? What I have to write A? Now tell me what is A? 2 to 5 is equal to, and now what is B? What is B? 135 into, what is Q? 1 plus 90. Remainder is 90 but not equal to 0. Mean we have to write next step. And now this B, for next step, this B will be as dividend. This B will as dividend, and this 90 will be as divisor. Like this. And now we have to like this. And this 90 will be divisor, and 135 will be dividend. Now we have to divide. It means what is dividend? Here is 135 is equal to, here is 90 multiply. Divide it. 19 1 ja 19, 0, 5 and 4, 45. That means what you have to write? 90 multiplied which number? Now tell me, this is A, B, what is this? Q, and this is R. What I have to write? 1 plus, what is R? 45. And now this will be act as a dividend, and this will be divisor, like this. Here is 90. 45 to the 90, it will 0. What I have to write it here? Next step, 90 is equal to 45 multiply 2 plus 0. Remainder is 0. It means A is equal to B, Q plus R. Remainder is 0. Then B will be SCF. So SCF is B. SCF of 135 and 225 is 45. This is the SCF. And this is used This method, Euclid division, is used to find out SCF of two numbers. And now listen, it means SCF of 90 is also 45, SCF of 135 is also 45, SCF of 225 is also 45. It means 225, 135 and 90. 45 and 90 SCF is 45, 135 and 45 SCF. Both having, if you will count these two numbers, SCF is 45, SCF of 135 and 45, SCF of 90 and 45. It means 45 is the factor of, 45 is the multiple of 90, 135 and 225. Or we can say 90, 135 and 225. It means 225, 135 and 90 are the multiple of 45. Or we can say SCF of 225, 135 and 90 is 45. All three terms having the SCF is 45. Common factor is 45 in 90, 135 and 225. There are so many questions can be asked in CBSE. It means SCF of 225, 135 and 90 is 45. 45 is the multiple of 90, 135, 225. Common factor of 225, 135 and 90 is 45. And B is always SCF when remainder is 0. Now try to solve the question. Exercise 1.1, question number 1 and third. Question number 1 and 3. And remaining the same question you have to try yourself, and the question which is not related to this I will explain. If the similar question, then you have to do it. Be safe. Thank you.